16 teams make the annual pilgrimage to Ford Field for this high school football weekend tradition. We'll begin with a recap of Divisions 1 through 4. One team looking for a three-peat, while another was trying to avenge last year's finals defeat. Division 1's final featured a pair of 12-1 teams. After Rockford got on the scoreboard first, Lake Orion's Sean Charette takes the pretty bootleg around right tackle for the touchdown and a 7-6 lead. But pretty much all Rockford after that. After reclaiming the lead, Ryan Cochran scampers in untouched just before the half to give the Rams the 20-7 halftime advantage. Then, 6 minutes into the fourth, with their lead cut to 6, Rockford put it away. Ryan Darby follows a nice lead block in for the touchdown. Rockford wins its first state title since 2005.
I'm just trying to enjoy with my teammates and just take it all in. I mean, these are all the kids you grew up playing with, and it's just awesome to end it with a victory.
In Division 2, LaSalle reached the finals for the second time in 3 years, only to face fellow undefeated Muskegon. It was a rematch of the 2006 game, and again the Big Reds came out on top as Anthony Davis Jr., who we believe is no relation to the former USC star, dashed to pay dirt in a 7-zip lead. Then late in the third, Jason Hannock caps off his spectacular day with this 55-yard burst. He finished with 155 yards and 3 touchdowns, giving Muskegon its second title in 3 years.
We've been fighting for this since the beginning of the year. Number 1, let's go.
It was unbelievable, you know. Nobody thought it was going to be it. Everybody in the preseason said it was going to go 5-4. Now look at us now. We state champions, baby. Number one, baby.
Ford Field has become a home away from home for East Grand Rapids, and the two-time defending champs were back for another. However, Inkster wasn't intimidated. After this 5-yard Devin Gardner to Cameron Gordon TD pass and subsequent 2-point conversion, the Vikings led 8-7. Joe Glendenning of EGR then answered with a 2-yard run of his own, and it was 14-8. Then it was Inkster's turn. The pretty 5-yard run by Alan Freeman, and it's 16-14. But just before the half, the Pioneers took the lead for good as Andrew Thompson went up top to Chris Blair for the score. The second half was all EGR as the Michigan High School Player of the Year, Glendenning, set the record for career state finals touchdowns scored, and East Grand Rapids wins it 43-24. The Division 4 final saw a familiar face in Detroit Country Day, and the Yellow Jackets came out buzzing as the Harris brothers connected. Josh to Allen covering 31 yards and a quick 6-0 lead just 18 seconds into the game. However, Holland Christian's A.J. Westendorp was sensational. Here he tosses the first of his 4 touchdowns on the day to Nick Kuykover. Then he teams up with Jordan Mast to give the Maroons the lead for good, 21-20. 3.5 minutes later, HC is on the move again, and look at this laser he throws while on the run to Willie Sneed. And with that, the Maroons go on to win the Division 4 title 35-20.
I don't think anybody thought that we could do this except for the players and coaches at the beginning of the season. No one gave us a chance, so it's a great feeling, and I'll never forget this. It came to discipline in the second half, coming back to what we've been doing all season, and we're a fourth quarter team. We put it together in the third quarter tonight, and it paid off for us. The defense was lights out in the second half. I can't give enough credit to them.
So Muskegon caps off an undefeated season in Division 2 with a trouncing of Warren de La Salle. Overall, great action in Divisions 1 through 4. But not to be outdone were Divisions 5 through 8. We begin in Division 5, where it was wide open after two-time defending state champ Menominee was knocked off in the pre-districts. We'll pick up Division 5 late in the first with Muskegon Oak Ridge up a touchdown. Over to Elsie's Chris Robinson ties it up with this twisting, turning 5-yard run, and it's 7-7. Over to Elsie led it 14-13 at the half. After a scoreless third, the fourth belonged to the Eagles. Here, Matt Eaker puts them up to stay, high-stepping it in from 16 yards out. And then with a little more than 3 minutes to go, Michael Shoup ices the game with this 11-yard burst through the line, giving Muskegon Oak Ridge its first title in 3 years.
So excited for the seniors, the senior class, and the number of kids that worked their tails off, and some of these kids played for 3 years in the varsity.
It feels great to be state champions, number 1, Division 5. There's no greater feeling in the world right now.
The suspense in the Division 6 game ended quickly as Montague scored early and often in the first half. This 30-yard option keeper by Cody Cater capped off an opening 64-yard drive in just 1 minute and 9 seconds. Then later in the first, already up by 2 TDs, Cater hits Anthony Root in stride, covering 46 yards, and it was 21-zip. Leslie did strike before the quarter ended by surprising Montague with the fake punt. 50 yards and 3 missed tackles later, Trent Page finds pay dirt, and it's 21-7. The score stayed that way until late in the second quarter when the Wildcats ended all doubt as Cater and Root hook up again with the longest pass play in MHSAA championship history. A 98-yarder up the sideline. Montague went on to win 41-20. Ubly entered the Division VII final with dreams of an undefeated season, but that dream became a nightmare as Traverse City St. Francis flexed its muscles all game long. Already leading by 7, the Gladiators' Ben Swan cuts it outside and up the sideline and gave the Glads a 14-0 lead. Then with a little less than 2 to play in the first half, Corey Williams finds Ryan Fraley for the 58-yard strike, and it's 28-zip at the half. Finally, Ben Swan finishes off his impressive game by streaking 70 yards for the touchdown. Traverse City St. Francis avenges last year's final defeat by rolling Ubly 41-13.
We knew from 7th grade we had a team of destiny, and I mean, we just came out and proved it tonight. It was ridiculous. It was awesome. Everything was working. Our offense was working. Our defense came up with huge stops, and nothing better than that.
Defending champion Crystal Falls Forest Park was back in the finals again, this year facing 2000 champ Muskegon Catholic Central. And Jared Johnson got the Crusaders off and running with this pretty 71-yard keeper. Johnson finished with 156 yards on the ground. Then, after Rodney Anderson cut through the Trojans' D, it was 27-0 at the half, and the rout was on. Major Metcalf capped off the Muskegon trifecta with an 85-yard jaunt of his own. 40-0 was the final. The win assured that each division champion hailed from the west side of the state.
We worked so hard for this every single year, and from the summers, we worked the whole season so hard, and this is what we want, and we got it.